Put a water bottle in here and sling it over the top of you. And even if you're a side sleeper, you can be comfortable in here.
Hey, welcome back with the Last Boy Scouts. I'm Reid. This is
Scottie.
So we're gonna do a little overnight trip tonight. We're in Kings Canyon National Park, going through the Sequoia National Forest. Got some topics we want to discuss, like site selection for your camping, different gear you should have on you if you're going to be out, you're going to camp, you're going to do anything like that. And then we're also going to go over some different ways to purify your water if you don't have water with you and you find a water source. So those things we want to cover, and we're going to do that little overnight trip. Got some cooking we're going to do. A little excited about it. So, hey, welcome back to Last Boy Scout.
So we've got camp all set up, and so what we're going to do is we're going to get our fire started so that we can cook. Today I'm going to use a little different technique. Instead of having actually a tinder bundle, I'm going to utilize some dryer lint in combination with Pyro Putty. Should give us somewhat of a lasting flame in order to get our fire started. And the Pyro Putty, you can see, it's basically just almost like a cotton material that's been impregnated with a flammable substance. So we're going to pull a little bit out here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to break it up just a little bit to kind of aerate it. And we're actually going to put that right inside of our lint bundle. But once again, since we like to use the ferrocerium rods instead of matches, because matches are a consumable item, we're going to go ahead and use the ferro rod and get this thing started. So that's going to go ahead and catch. We've already got our fire lay ready to go. And what we can do is put this down inside here. And we'll get that started.
Hey, Last Boy Scouts, welcome to Cooking with Scottie. Tonight for our campfire cookout, we're going to be doing loaded baked potatoes, just roasted inside of tin foil. We're just going to throw them hot on the coals. And another thing we're going to do is these ribeyes right here, which we will be seasoning with none other than Smoke Bros. So we got the Smoke Bros around here somewhere loaded up, but very first thing I'm gonna do, because it's one of my favorite toppings for these baked potatoes, is I'm gonna peel and chop up this onion. Next thing I'm gonna do, these have already been pre-washed before I brought them out, is I'm going to be slicing them down the middle, scooping just a little bit out, and then slathering the insides with butter. The outsides, I'm actually going to coat with a little bit of EVOO, so that way they get a nice crispy shell on the outside of the skin. And then, dependent on what myself or Reid wants, we've got none other than Tillamook sharp cheddar cheese and some of this sour cream. So stay tuned, we'll see how they turn out. One thing to remember before you decide to cook anything, make sure all of your fresh produce are clean and washed, and make sure your filthy, dirty mitts are washed as well. I'm trying to get Reid sick. Jumping off there.
So this is your steak. You chose Smoke Bros Knuckle Dragger. Great choice. You said you hadn't tried this yet, so I'm going to give it a whirl tonight. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with flavors.
Well,
and I'm not stingy with the seasoning. Don't be stingy with it.
Here we go.
So
let's check that out. Let's see how generous you were with the seasoning. Oh yeah.
I'm going to flip it over and season the other side too.
I'm not mad at that.
This will be my bad boy here. And this one I've chosen Point Man. Again, once Once again, the guys over at, the folks over at Smoke Bros, amazing seasonings, not to sound cliche, on point with their Point Man and all of their seasonings. You know, Mikey B's done a great job, and he hits the spot with this stuff. So I'm going to use the Point Man tonight. So we're about ready to stick these on the grill.
Like we promised in our land navigation course, I wanted to show you guys how to make a mosquito repellent torch utilizing some of this fungus that we found on our trip. This stuff is called Chaga fungus, Chaga mushroom, whatever you want to call it, and it's usually found on the outside of trees, and you can actually utilize this in a tea that will provide many minerals, vitamins, and nutrients. Very good for you. It can act as anti-inflammatory. It can also help lower your blood sugar. So I know a lot of diabetics do drink chaga tea to help with treatment for them. So anyways, what I'm going to do in order to turn this fungus into a mosquito repellent is I'm simply going to take some of this dry moss that I found on the north side of this cedar tree. I'm simply going to put it down, and all I did at the top was I just basically split it in three, and I put a toggle there so that way it'll open up a little bit. And you can make different types of torches to include tiki torches or whatever of your own style, of your own form. And then I'm going to take the chaga and I'm going to put just a little bit up here. And the purpose why I'm using moss as opposed to anything else is it will smolder and it will slow burn. You don't want this to fast accelerate burn because there goes your mosquito repellent. You want it to have a nice slow burn and let that aroma fill your camp so that way you can keep all the pests away and make your outdoors adventuring more bearable. All right? Stay tuned for more content. And there it is, Chaga torch. Bye bye mosquitoes. Here we are, two little fishies riding out. There's more right there. No big ones, just little ones.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Just got up and got the fire going this morning. Last night, rather than killed off all the coals, I buried some of them in some sand rather than killing everything off, so that way first thing this morning I was able to just remove a little bit of the coals, and instead of starting from scratch I was able just to take a little bit of tinder and get it right on top of my coals, get it warmed up, and with a little bit of oxygen that thing just ignited right up. So now we got a morning rip-roaring fire. Getting ready to brew our coffee so that way this morning can get started right. Stay tuned.
Hey, dude, what do you got jumping off over here?
Well, because I don't like waiting for my coffee, like you. I'm using my jet boil because I'm lazy and I want coffee now. So,
how long does that bad boy take to get your coffee ready?
About 2 minutes.
Oh, I'm a sucker.
All you gotta do is listen to this thing. You can tell, you know why they call it a jet boil.
Jeez.
So, while you work on yours over there, I've already been through my first cup and I'm having another one.
I'm getting ready to do breakfast right now, too. And there's mine. Almost breakfast time. Stay tuned. Stay safe. Stay vigilant. Knowledge is your weapon.
Catch you on the downside.